Hi everyone, and welcome to another short class segment or lecture. Hope you're doing well. Hope the class is going well for you. And let me just remind you as you watch this and think about what we have to do in the class. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me via email, phone call. We can conference through video. You're welcome to visit my office. Whatever's convenient based on where you're at and your schedule. Please reach out to me if you have questions wherever you're at. Okay, so what we've accomplished so far, we've talked about ArcGIS Pro, started to get into it and get accustomed to how it works and where you find things in ArcGIS Pro. Today we're going to talk about ArcGIS Online and where you find things in ArcGIS Online, what it's good for, and how it just really works well working alongside Pro. Okay, so that's what I intend to do today. Now you can see from my map or from your screen as you watch, I've opened up ArcGIS Pro and I'm looking at several of these projects that I've worked on in the past. And I'm going to open up one of them, which you'll see later on in class. Okay, and to help us get started. And my computer's a little bit slow as it pulls this up. Okay, so you can see that finally pulled open, and I have a project here. Now I have like this map, which again, remember, a map in Pro is just like a data frame in ArcMap. And so inside of that we have these rails, we have these boundaries, and we have this image that you're looking at. Okay, and don't have a base map, so I'm going to add a base map really quick. And I think I'm going to do topo. Okay, so you have all of these things placed onto your map and ready to go. Now, the next thing I want you to do, and maybe when you open up ArcGIS Pro, you immediately signed in to ArcGIS Online with the account that we've created for you. But if you look up in the upper right-hand corner for me, I'm not signed in. I'm just working locally on my machine. And so I'm going to go ahead and sign in and put in my credentials. And all of a sudden that recognizes, hey, this is Kyle from Snow College. I'm now signed in to our organization, okay, online. And there's just a couple really valuable tools that we can do and we can look at as we consider what signing into ArcGIS Online does for us as we operate from ArcGIS Pro. So let me come and go to the Share tab. Now I think you've seen this before, okay, as you've started to learn ArcGIS Pro, but I just want to show you around our particular organization and how this is going to work. So from the Share tab, there's a lot of different things we can do. First off, we can export a map. Okay, this is a great way to like create a file on your computer of a map, or if you have a layout, to export that layout as a PDF or some sort of document. We can save the project here, so we have ability to do some saving and save as. But over here is the tools that I really want to talk about. Okay, so web maps, web layers, project packages, map packages, layer packages, okay, and geoprocessing packages. So what does this allow us to do? Well, it's kind of like if you have Google Drive, you can maybe relate, or like Dropbox or something like that, that we can take some of the stuff that we create, like a map, which, okay, we're considering a map package, and right now you and I are looking at a map or a data frame, if you want to think of it that way. And we can take that, we can bundle it up and upload it online to ArcGIS Online. And then anyone that's part of our organization or anyone that we share access with, okay, can open up our project without sending them a file through email or sharing a flash drive. It's all available through the cloud. Likewise, you yourself could work on one computer, jump onto a separate computer that's maybe in a different office or a different classroom, log in with your credentials, and have access to the same information that you were working from a different computer, as long as you uploaded it to ArcGIS Online and you have internet access. So that's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and just look at our ArcGIS Online organization. Okay, I'm just going to drag a tab over to the screen. So if you go to, and actually I'm going to back out of this, if you go to ArcGIS Online, just arcgis.com, excuse me. Go to arcgis.com. You'll come to this page and you'll be able to sign into it. Okay, so I click sign in, and let me just type in my account. Okay, so I sign into my account, and this is what I see as I jump on. Now for me, it brings me into my organization, and I'm not sure that it'll do that for you. It might, but the reason I know that it does that for me is because I'm an administrator and I have the ability to kind of manipulate a few things here. You can come to our home tab and see a nice image there of Snow College plugged in. A couple different base maps are like built onto there that you could open up. Inside of Gallery, you can see some of the things that we've made recently. So here's a Utah schools map. Okay, here's a sage grouse habitat. Here's a fire and hydrant inspection report. Here's Hurricane Maria's web scene. Okay, so you can see things from our organization. Again, this is the gallery for Snow College, and you can kind of go through and browse through what's been created. Now you can do the same thing, maybe in a little bit more of an efficient manner, from the Content tab. Okay, so let's just click on Content and let me show you what's here. Right now I'm looking at my content, and so this is all the stuff that I've made. Okay, and part of it's, a lot of it's this Hurricane Maria stuff that you see, okay, that I've made recently and worked on. You can come over to my groups, and what we're able to do there is actually group a few of us who are members of the organization into one group. And I've created a group for our class, so let's go ahead and look at it. I've created this group called Geo 1820 _ S 2019 for spring of 2019. And there's no content there yet. There will be soon, okay, as you guys start to work with this. But I can see stuff from my group, and then finally from my organization, I can see all of the information that's been created that has been shared with the organization. And you can see a lot of it most recently is from me. Now, the other thing that's really cool from ArcGIS Online that I want to show you, besides just a place to like upload files to like a cloud that you can then download later, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute, but you can also open up a blank map. And so let me just click on map really quick. And what you see here is something that doesn't look like ArcGIS Pro, but it kind of does. And it is that you can do some GIS work online. Now, you don't have a lot of the processing tools that we have when we open up ArcGIS Pro and a lot of the visualization tools, but you do have quite a bit of stuff here. Okay, you can come in, you can add layers, okay, and remember a layer is like a shapefile or a feature class. Okay, and we can add those. We can add them from a file. We can add them from the web or from our organization. We can add them from the Living Atlas. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, hold on a second. What's the Living Atlas? The Living Atlas is a bunch of data that Esri collects and maintains and makes available for anyone who has an ArcGIS Online account. And so if you browse through there, you'll find some pretty interesting stuff that they, are just constantly updating and keeping track of. So we'll look at that later on in the semester, but feel free to browse through it yourself now. Okay, so you can do a lot with this map just online. It does give you kind of just a little bit of guidance on how to do this and kind of what to make. And if you save this, it'll actually be saved as a web map. So it'll be easy to open from anywhere. Some of the perks of using this map that's on ArcGIS Online is that you don't need to be on a computer that has ArcGIS Pro installed. You can just be on a computer that has internet access, and you're able to open this up and work with information. Okay, so lots of tools here. There's a few base maps to choose from. Okay, there's, like we said, you can add information. There's even an analysis tool, and you can do some, some simple analysis based off some of the things that you include on your map. Okay, so that's my map. Let's go back. I'm going to jump out. Here's scene. Okay, you can also create a web scene or view data through a web scene. And as you can see, it kind of brings you into this globe map. Okay, so we're kind of working in 3 dimensions now. Now there's some cool things here. Some of the maps that you see or scenes that it brings up and asks, do you want to open them again, are a few that I've made. Okay, and it'd be kind of fun to show you a few of those. This TIMP 3D map is a fun one just because you are able to look at Mount Timpanogos, and it has in some built-in views. Okay, so here I see the globe, and down here below I've saved views of different places. And as I click on that, it's going to zoom me down in to Mount Timpanogos. I click on the next view, it's going to rotate me over. I click on another view, and it rotates me to that position. So that's kind of a fun one that I've made. Oh, and I think, okay, there we go. I think it froze up just slightly. Okay, so I'm just going to click on and show you another one that I made. This is for Hurricane Maria, showing its path as it kind of went through Puerto Rico. I visited Puerto Rico after the hurricane and did a short presentation on this, and so that's why I created this. And you can see I have actually the path of Hurricane Irma as well. And so you can show some information. I'm just going to kind of rotate around. You can see here the path and the intensity of the hurricane based on the color and size of the dot. Now, as you look at this web scene, you might say to yourself, I don't know, I mean, maybe that's kind of cool. I think it's pretty cool. But this is just viewed online through a browser. Now, it wasn't created online, okay? And that's what I want to get to next, is this was created in Pro. Okay, so again, I'm just going to quickly go back to my content and see a few things that are here. Now, I just mentioned to you, I created this Hurricane Maria stuff in Pro and then uploaded it. So how do you do that? And then what do you do from there? Let's go back to ArcGIS Pro. And again, staying on the Share tab, talk about a couple things we can do here. First off, we can create a project package, a map package, a layer package. Now you can see that it almost looks like they have like a file and then in front they have like a cardboard box. And what they're trying to show you with that symbology is that you can take a project you've worked on, bundle it all up into one place, and either download it onto a flash drive or hard drive, or upload it onto ArcGIS Online. Okay, and then someone else could pull that project out, unpackage it, and view its contents. Now, I took this project here, and I didn't package the whole project. I just decided to package the map and then upload it to ArcGIS Online. Let's do that together. So again, as we package the map, we're just going to package everything in this tab. Okay, that's our map tab. So I'm going to come to Map Package. And let's see. Let's give it a name. I'm going to call this, now I kind of know what information we're looking at here. You guys maybe haven't seen it, at least not yet. So this is Historic Topo Rails is what I'm going to call it. And for the summary, I'm going to say Historic Topo Map with Rails Digitized. Okay, and tags, I always do a Snow College tag, and this time I'm going to say Historic Topo. Why do a tag? Tags will help you like search for things. Okay, and it kind of helps keep everything in ArcGIS Online somewhat organized. Now, who can I share it with? By default, it will be shared to my content. So if we go back to ArcGIS Online, okay, whatever I share will come to my content because I'm the author. So that'll always happen. Okay, but I can also share it with everyone in the organization, which includes everyone in this class. I can share it with everyone who has an ArcGIS Online account in the world, okay, which I'm not going to do. And then I can share it with groups, and I can click this drop down and select any groups that I'm a part of. Now, I showed you guys just a few minutes ago that you are a part of a group for this class. And so I'm going to click on this to share this with the class. And then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to make sure that this will upload okay. So keep in mind, what's it going to upload? Our map, which includes our coordinate system and everything, along with this layer, old rails, old boundaries, this image, and then finally this base map. So I'm going to click Analyze on that. And it's going to possibly give me some warnings here. In this case, it didn't. If it gives me a warning, that's like a yellow triangle. It'll still work if you see yellow triangles. If there's errors, which would be like red X's, it won't upload it. Luckily for us, it will upload. And then let me also point out right here, I've said upload to online account. I could have said save package to file, and then it'll download onto my computer somewhere. So with that being said, I've analyzed it. Now let me just package. And it's going to connect through the network and prepare that information and then send it up into our ArcGIS Online organization. So let's see how it does. Now, as you look at this, again, you can keep in mind, if I wanted to only upload old rails, that'd be a layer, and so I could package up a layer. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now I get this little green checkbox down here. It says successfully created map package. Okay, it gives us a little timestamp of when that happened, and so that's great. You know, and now I could leave this. I could even close out this package map option. Let me come back to ArcGIS Online, and let's see what happened. And I'm just going to refresh here, and you can see there's another map package that's been uploaded to my content. Now let's go to my organization, the content for my organization. I see it here. I don't think others would where I didn't share it with the organization. Let's go to my group. I shared it with our group, and so there's now something in our group. Okay, so this historic topo rails. So it's a package. It can't really be, as I click on it, it can't be opened online because it's a package. It's not a web map. But I can open it in ArcGIS Pro, and so I could click on this and open it in ArcGIS Pro. Or from Pro, if I close this out, in my catalog window, I have project. The next tab over is portal. Okay, so now I know we're going kind of fast, but again, look here at the bottom, we're in catalog. I can come to portal. Typically my catalog's like files, right? Stuff on my computer. When I jump from project over to portal, now I'm looking at stuff online. And as you look at these little icons beneath portal, it's like, hey, here's your content, here's your group's content, here's your groups that you're a part of, and here's the content from your group, what we just uploaded. Anyway, and so forth. So let's go right here. I have this shared to our group and also just to me, myself. Okay, in my content, I can click on this, right click on it, excuse me, and say add and open. And now it's like bringing us another map, but this time it grabbed it from ArcGIS Online. Okay, so that's kind of cool that there it is ready for us to work on. Now, if you created something here in this space like I did with Hurricane Maria and you wanted to make it a web map, you would share it as a web map, okay? And it's a similar process that you go through. You give it a name, a summary, tags, say where you want it shared. You know, you can name off groups. In this case, our group is checked. You can analyze it and then share it, and the same thing is possible, and then from ArcGIS Online, you're able to open it up, okay? Please reach out to me if you have any questions on what we accomplished today. And other than that, thank you for being a part of the class, and have a great day.